What Derrick Henry is doing right now is incredible, and it's not just this year. It's been this way since the Jaguars game in 2018 when he ran for 238 yards, 4 touchdowns, and had one of the greatest plays in NFL history. I'm convinced that game flipped or switch or something. Today I'm going to show y'all how great Derrick Henry has been since that day and why we need to appreciate his greatness. Before I talk about what Derrick Henry has been doing in the last few years, I want to talk about how good he has been in 2021 and how good his season could be at the end of the year. Before the game against the Bills on Monday night, the Bills had allowed 392 rushing yards, which was the 4th best in the NFL, allowed 1 rushing touchdown. That one player to score on them was Taylor Heineke, so they didn't allow any touchdowns from any running back, and they didn't allow any player to run for over 100 yards. In fact, Patrick Mahomes actually had the most rushing yards against the Bills with 61 yards. Derrick Henry didn't give a flying about all of that and ran for 143 yards and 3 touchdowns. Right now, he's leading the NFL in rushing yards with 783 yards. The person in second place, Nick Chubb, with 523 yards. He also leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns with 10. 6 players are tied for second place with 5 touchdowns. Those 6 players are Ezekiel Elliott, James Robinson, Kareem Hunt, James Conner, Jalen Hurts, and Sam Darnold. He leads the NFL in yards per game with 130.5. Nick Chubb is in second place with 104.6 yards. He also leads the NFL in rushing first downs with 39. Jonathan Taylor is in second place with 31. By the way, before the game against the Bills, he was still leading the NFL in all of those categories. He's been insane this year. Based on how many yards he's averaging per game and how many games he has left, he's on pace to run for an NFL record 2,218 yards. Absolutely insane. Right now, I would say he's my front runner for NFL MVP. Sorry, Kyler, Lamar, and Dak. In the last 2 seasons, Derrick Henry has led the NFL in rushing yards. In 2019, he ran for 1,540 yards. Next season, he ran for 2,027 yards, becoming the first player to run for over 2,000 yards since Adrian Peterson did it in 2012 when he ran for 2,097 yards. If things keep on going Henry's way in 2021, he could become the 4th player in NFL history to lead the NFL in rushing yards for 3 straight seasons. The first 3 players to do it were Jim Brown from 1957 to 1959, Earl Campbell from 1978 to 1980, and Emmitt Smith from 1991 to 1993. 3 Hall of Fame running backs. He can also become the first ever running back to lead the NFL rushing touchdowns for 3 straight seasons. In 2019, he had 16 touchdowns, which he did share that lead with Aaron Jones, but he's still technically first. And in 2020, he had 17 touchdowns. Yeah, he has been dominating the NFL for a little while now and may continue to be that way for many years to come. We may not see a guy dominate like this for a while, so we need to appreciate what we're watching right now because it is absolutely incredible and legendary.